Hello everyone, my name is Amberly and I own and run DesertHardt Dairy Goats here in Yuma, Arizona. And for this evening's video, I'm going to explain to you guys who has been bred to who and how many possible kids we will be expecting. So it's crazy to think that just 109 days ago we started our breeding season. We're only about 37 to 38 days away from our first girl to be due. This time has flown by. I've stayed rather busy getting different projects done, which I will share with you guys here in just a little bit. But let's go in order with who's due first and who she's bred to. So first up on our list of who is due first, this is Foxy. I haven't introduced her to you guys because I wasn't sure if she was going to be staying. This is Foxy. She is 4 years old, so she is the same age as Trouble. She's got some genetics that I really love. They're just not proven yet. I was on the fence about bringing her in, but I'm super excited to see what her udder looks like as a 4-year-old. She's never been on test with her prior herd. So this is just a great opportunity to bring her in. So Foxy here is bred to Zeus. So I think Zeus was the perfect sire for her, just so I could get a couple more of his daughters on the ground while I get Foxy here proven out on test. So Foxy here did ultrasound for 3 to 4 kids. I think she's got 4. She's got about 38 days left until she's due to kid. So I'm super eager to see what these little kids are gonna look like and how she's gonna perform on milk test. So Royal here is up next to kid. She is only a few short days, Miss Kitty here. She's only a few short days behind Foxy. As you guys know, Royal here did get her dry leg, so she did earn grand champion at the New Mexico State Fair. So I'm even more excited to see some kids from her. So Royal ultrasounded for 3 kids. She's looking mighty large. Let's see if she'll show you. She's looking mighty large. And I can't wait to see what her udder looks like. Now she is a yearling, so when she kids, she's gonna be a 2-year-old. So she'll be a 2-year-old first freshener, which isn't my favorite, but it's how it goes sometimes. She didn't take last year, but yeah, she looks like a little potato right now, but that'll be excused. So up next on does that are due to kid is gonna be Gracie here. I did bring Gracie in this past January. Her and her sister, which her half-sister is Frankie. Gracie never did make it to a show this season. Just something about her just didn't scream show dough, so I'm hoping that changes after she freshens. She ultrasounded with 3 kids. I'm thinking that's definitely 3 kids because she's looking big. Gracie here is bred to Player. We brought Player in early this past March as a young prospect buck with some great genetics local to Arizona. Fun fact, Player's grand dam is Maple, who we still actively have in our herd. Maple's daughter of 2021, her name was Calamity Jane, and I just loved her so much. When she entered the show ring, she just had this presence about her that you knew she was a top doe. So when Player became available directly after he was born, I knew I definitely wanted to bring those genetics further into my herd. So Gracie here is paired with Player. I'm hoping to get a little bit longer length of body and high milk production because that's where Gracie's lines come from. So up next due to kid is going to be Cheyenne. Cheyenne was paired with Zeus. If you guys recall, I bred her to Zeus this last year as well. She had triplet doelings. I let all 3 doelings go as pets just because I was unsure with how Cheyenne's udder was going to look as a first freshener. Oh boy, it is gorgeous. She did so well in the show ring this year, and I only took her to 1 show, which was New Mexico. So for her to travel that far, place first in both her classes, and be up there with the final drive for Grand and Reserve is just amazing. She's doing really well on milk tests. She's not gonna make volume this year, but as a first freshener, That's totally okay. So I paired her with Zeus again this year. I'm hoping to get some really angular and correct kids with high milk production. Cheyenne ultrasounded for 2 to 3 kids. I'm definitely thinking she's gonna stick with 3 again this year, just based off of how she looks. So up next with does that are gonna be due to kid is going to be Frankie. She's gonna be the 4th one due. She is also bred to player. She ultrasounded for 2 kids. And if you guys remember, at her first show, she took reserve champion at only a couple of months old. I'm super excited to see how her udder looks when she freshens, and to see how her kids look. So I still don't have Ren registered yet. She's still kind of sorta an experiment. I want to see what her udder looks like. I want to see how she does before I attach my name, just because her mom wasn't my most productive or flashy doe in the ring. So I kind of just kept her because I like her. I want to see how she does. I want to see if she can outshine her mom, which obviously she can because I sold her mom. Her mom was Molly. So Ren here was bred to player because her sire is Zeus. Now I'm gonna breed daughter back to dad. So her baby daddy this year is gonna be player. She ultrasounded for twins, which that is perfect for a first freshener and a perfect number so that I can gauge how her udder is gonna look this milking season come this following spring. Now if you guys remember this pretty girl, this is Ruthie. She was grand champion at the New Mexico State Fair. She's a little posty right now. She ultrasounded for 3, so she has potential for triplets here. Her sire to her kids are player. I think with her long body, his correct angular rear legs, that this is gonna make some spectacular kids. So this is probably one of my most exciting and anticipating juniors that is gonna freshen this coming spring. I wanna see what her udder looks like. I'm so hoping that it is gonna be great because she's already got her dry leg as a junior. So fingers crossed, guys, that that udder is high, tight, and wide. Next junior that will be due to freshen is Candy. She will be early February. She is bred to player as well. If you guys remember, I used an outside sire last year. That's how I got Candy. This is Trouble's only daughter on my property. So no pressure, Candy. So this is probably one of my most, well, second most anticipated juniors to freshen is gonna be Ruthie here and Candy. I'm super excited. Candy got reserve champion at the New Mexico State Fair. So fingers crossed that she got her dam's udder. And that her sire Gold Strike did something amazing so that she could have a phenomenal udder. Alright, so this is Minnie Mae. She is the next junior that will be due to freshen this coming spring. She ultrasounded with 1. I'm hoping she's kept that 1 because it's a little iffy. However, she hasn't come back into heat. So fingers crossed, she's been bred to player. So next doe that will be due to kid is Maple. She was bred with an outside buck, which actually is the sire to Candy. So she was bred to Gold Strike. She ultrasounded for 3 kids. Fingers crossed there's a couple of doelings in there. That would be amazing. Maple here did finish her permanent championship this year in the show ring. So she is now a permanent champion, which is awesome. I'm hoping that she's gonna finish off her milk testing season this year strong and that she will be able to be scored for linear appraisal next year and hopefully score higher. I know she can. She's a stunning doe and she so deserves it. So Pixie was bred to an outside buck this year. His name is Sunseeker. He is the son to the 2023 Reserve National Champion, which is Urban Acres Snow White. So Pixie here also ultrasounded for triplets, which I couldn't have asked for better. I'm hoping there's a couple of doelings in there, as I say with all the girls, because you can't build a herd and improve if you don't get those daughters. So Pixie here also finished her permanent championship in the show ring. She is now a finished and permanent champion, which is amazing. She actually is the niece to Poppy here. who was just all up in her face and now is walking off. But I'm so hoping that we can get a linear appraisal visit next year, because I know, along with Maple, but Pixie as well can score higher for her linear appraisal score. So I had Taylor here bred to Gold Strike, which is Candy's sire. However, she did short cycle, so I rebred her to Player, and then she short cycled 12 days later. I know they're not lacking minerals. It could just be that a hormone balance is off because of the weather. I'm not too sure. However, she will be rebred for kids this coming fall of 2024. So this is a doe here that really needs no introduction. This is Trouble. Trouble is superior genetics. She's a finished champion as of this year. She has her milk star, and she scored a 91 this year as a 4-year-old fourth freshener. So Trouble was bred to Sunseeker as well, the 2023 son of the national champion. I am hoping that Trouble here is bred because she did short cycle, so I had her rebred to him. We haven't ultrasounded her just yet because she's only 2 weeks bred, but when we do, I'm gonna include you guys so that we can find out together. Are you just so snooty? Look at you. You just know you're snooty. Yep. All right, bye. Mess with my camera. So this is Poppy, or also known as Krusty Cat. She is my 9-year-old doe. As many know, I was due to retire her, so Poppy was bred to Sunseeker as well. She has Castle Rock on her side of her pedigree, and Sunseeker does as well, so I felt like that was just going to be a phenomenal cross. Unfortunately, Poppy here short cycled, which means that she is not bred. I did ultrasound her. I couldn't see anything. She hasn't come back into heat, so I'm fingers crossed that maybe there's one in here, at least one. But I definitely don't think that she's bred. So this is Sunday here. She is a daughter of Zeus. She earned reserve champion this year at a really tough California show. I was gonna wait to breed her just because I really didn't want kids born in March. But once I had Trouble and Taylor, Pixie, Maple, all of them short cycle on me a few times, and their kids are gonna be due in March and April, I thought, why not breed this girl? So she was bred to Player, same time that Trouble was. So she's about 2 weeks bred. I've yet to ultrasound her, so I don't know if she's confirmed yet. However, when she hits about 30 to 35 days, I will ultrasound her and include you guys so that we can find out together.